Well, turning now to that historic launch that captivated us all last night, NASA's Artemis program has taken its next big step toward returning astronauts to the moon. The rocket launched successfully around 6:30, sending 4 astronauts on a journey around the moon. And joining us now to tell us more about this historic mission is Dr. Stephen Platts, NASA's Human Research Program's Chief Scientist. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And so neat. I think all of us, whether you were in Florida or here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, we watched this launch. It's so exciting. Tell us what the astronauts might be doing, experiencing at this moment right now.
Right now they're sleeping. So we split up their first night of sleep into 2 4-hour segments so they could do some testing in between. So they tested the communication system, they tested the piloting system, and they tested that toilet because we all want to make sure that's working okay. But from a human body standpoint, so during the first few hours to few days, what happens is a lot of fluid moves to your upper body because you're leaving the gravitational field of Earth. And so that fluid all goes into your chest and into your head, so you feel stuffy, congested, like you have a cold. Your ears could ring a little bit, and also their sense of taste gets very dull. So one of the things we have to do is make sure that their food tastes good. And so we fly 5 different kinds of hot sauce that they can put on their food so they can taste it. Because if you don't taste your food, you don't want to eat it. And if you don't eat it, then you can lose weight and you can lose strength. And that's really important that we maintain their strength throughout the mission.
That is fascinating. I think when we think of preparing for a flight like this and all of the tests, we think of the rocket, the technical aspect, but the human body is a machine too, and you're thinking of all of those components as well. Speaking of, let's talk about that crew. We have Reed, Victor, Christina, Jeremy. They all bring different skills to this mission. What are their jobs over the next several days?
So they'll be doing lots of hardware checkouts, making sure all of the equipment in that vehicle is working well. They're doing a lot of experiments for us. We have 4 major experiments we're doing. So one is using this device. This is the exact same device they'll be using. And we can test their exercise and their movements, sleep-wake cycle. So everything to do with sleep will be tested there. And we have another experiment looking at their immune system and so how that's functioning. Third experiment looking at the bone marrow cells and how well they respond. And we've actually taken cells from the astronaut from their blood, put them onto a chip, and we're studying if that chip responds in the same way as the astronaut does. And if it does, then that's something we'll be able to use in the future for medicine. And then finally, we're doing a test called standard measures, where we're doing sort of the blood pressure and heart rate of the body, looking at all different things. But the cool thing about that is we have an obstacle course built into that for when they land. And we'll be testing whether or not they can climb a ladder and how well they move around. And that looks at how the inner ear has responded to space flight. That's really important for when we eventually land on the lunar surface, because they'll need to get themselves out of the vehicle and start working right away. So we want to make sure they can do that.
Wow, the research, I can only imagine how much time has gone into this, and it seems like every piece is used in some way for teaching us something for the future. Talk to us a little bit, Doctor, about what this crew is going to see, why what they see with their eyes is so critically important for the future of science.
Oh yeah, it's really important. So this mission in particular, they're going to fly around the far side of the moon. And one of the things they'll be doing is taking video, taking pictures, and just observing the area. It's parts of the moon that have never been seen by human eyes. And they're looking for our next landing site. So we do not plan to return to where Apollo landed. Instead, we're looking in the polar regions because we need water. And we know that there are parts of the lunar surface that have never been touched by the sun, so inside these deep craters in the polar regions. So they'll be taking photographs, looking for nice, smooth landing sites, but they're close to a crater so we can get to that water.
That's incredible. It's really cool. Thank you for your insight, Doctor. Lastly, I'm going to sneak in one more question. What does this mean for the future of space travel?
Oh, it's amazing. It's sort of like a new beginning for us. It's getting back to the moon, reinvigorating the American public on the importance of spaceflight, what it can do for the country, and what it does for us back here. Because the work we do doesn't just help astronauts and NASA, it helps the entire population with all the innovations that we've made and all the health benefits that we discover as well.
That is so fascinating. Dr. Stephen Platts, NASA's Human Research Program's chief scientist. Truly, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us during what has, I'm sure, been a busy few days.
Yeah, very much. You're very welcome. Thanks.
All right, take care, doctor. And still ahead on